Yo, what's up YouTube? Jay Traveling here, and today we're talking about my ASIC miners that I just got two. So I bought two S19jpro 104 terahash models. This is a third one. This one's technically not mine, but I was working on it. Let's talk about the purchase. I did purchase them on eBay. So I contacted a seller. He had 5 of them for sale. I said, "What do you want for all 5 of them?" My electrician and I both wanted to get into more ASICs. He's more of an ASIC miner than GPU. He has one GPU rig that I sold him, and he has, I think, like about 10 ASICs. He has S9s and a bunch of L3 pluses, 2 S9 and like 8 L3 pluses or 7. So he wanted to get in on it, and I was like, hey, let's just buy them together and try and get the price down. So went on eBay. I messaged this guy. I said, hey, what do you want for all 5? So I got them down to $1,600 each for all 5 plus free shipping. So I ended up having them shipped to me. I got all 5 of them so I could test them out. And this one was actually not working properly. It would not connect to the pool. I tried multiple things, different Ethernet cords, everything. So I narrowed it down to possibly being a control board issue. So I contacted him and said, hey, look, I'm still gonna diagnose a little bit more, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop. One of them's not connected to the pool and I can't get it to. And I told him I tried X, Y, and Z. Last thing I'm gonna do is try and swap out the control board, one of my working ones, and see if it works. So I swapped it with one of my working ones, and it fired right on, connected to the pool, worked properly. So out of curiosity, I said, let me put this control board on my other one that I knew was working. I put it on, connected everything, and that worked perfectly. So I don't know if something came like unseated or just the fact that I reseated the control board in it and put it back in and replugged everything in. I don't know if there's a loose connection from the shipping or anything like that, because he did send me forms of them, confirmation of them working. But the S19jpros is what we bought. This L3 Plus sitting next to me, I haven't fired on yet. He dropped it off to me, my electrician, because it was one of his for helping find the deal on the S19jpros, just for me to run, because I told him I may be interested in possibly picking one up just to test out. Now I know this is going to lose money, but I'm going to see if I can find some firmware and run it at a better power setting to get it profitable. I don't know if that's going to be possible, being that I'm on residential electric. Now this one on residential electric, my S19jpro, I know I'm pretty much losing a little bit of money. Bitcoin was spiking up a little bit where I was a slight bit profitable, and we're talking like pennies here in cents, not dollars. Just on residential electric I'm talking about. On commercial electric, these things they're still profiting pretty decently. But on residential, you know, I was creeping up. I was like, okay, we're doing okay now, but then it dipped down a little bit. So I know I'm losing money on them. So right now the smart thing would be to shut them off and save the money on electric and then buy the Bitcoin. But right now I'm still running them, and I have a few plans in place. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Right now, currently, I updated the firmware on these, and they're running in low power mode. So they're running, I calculated, now I don't have an actual watt meter on them, but I calculated them running about 23 to 2400 watts a piece, and they're getting about 81 to 82 terahash, and we'll check the dashboard in a minute. But you know, I run low power mode just because I'm on commercial electric, and it gives me just a little bit tad more efficiency. So between the two, I'm still running 160 plus terahash. Now they are pool mining, I'm not solo mining. I know there's a big craze around the solo mining because of the little Bitcoin miners that hit a couple blocks, but I'm pool mining. I don't want to take that risk because I'm spending about probably $10, $11 a day to run these things. So if I wasn't pool mining and getting the guaranteed revenue for the most part, I'd be really out that $10, $11 a day per unit. So almost $20 a day between the two, just spending money trying to solo mine instead of pool mine. The L3 Plus, I'll probably set that up tomorrow or something, see what it's doing, see how it's functioning. But the S19, let's talk about the noise, being that I'm in a residential area and we're in my basement right now. I did do a noise calculation on my phone. I had the little app out, and it was about 76 decibels outside the tent And then inside the tent, it was like 86 decibels. So they're pretty loud. Now, why they're in the tent? So I did, when I first set them up, have them just sitting behind my 2 miner dude cases. Just mining away. I was like, oh, it's still winter time, pretty cold. We should be all right, it should be good. Set them up real late at night. It was like 10 o'clock by the time they were set up and fully running. Let them run overnight. And by the time I came back down to my basement in the morning, it was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit down here. Right now I'm sitting about, it says 79. It was 77 a few minutes ago. Inside the tent, I don't know. This was the thermometer inside the tent. Right now it needs a new battery. I just got to order one. I've been lazy on getting it because my tent's been shut down for the most part. The plan is to get rid of the tent, put some new Husky shelving in here, and get my miners on there. But we'll see with the summer months coming up in the next few months how I want to do it. I didn't plan at the time when I was like, I'm getting rid of the tent, screw it. Didn't plan on having ASIC miners. Now that I have them, I'm wondering how many I can run in there with the exhaust fan running and still keep a solid temperature. You probably can't see it, but I leave it cracked at the bottom so you get fresh air coming in through it. The ASICs pump all that fresh air, pretty much heated up, and then my 8-inch exhaust fan exhausts it out. My 8-inch fan does do 804 CFM. I have it about 80 to 90% though right now, so it can be a little bit better if I wanted to put this third one in there to run until he picks it up. But the banks are reading, you know, like I can't get a fully accurate reading on them, but one of them is reading about 8 amps while running it in low power mode. Why you can't get it is I have my miner dude running and I have my iPolos running, so I kind of just subtracted that stuff out. But let's go inside on the dashboard and I'll show you guys it running. I won't do a profitability because I know I'm pretty much in the negative on these right now. Until I figure out my electric costs and get that lowered down a little bit, I will be in the negative. And as far as electric costs, the other option I have is I found 2 locations that are semi-local for hosting. One's in Maryland and one's actually in PA in the Harrisburg area for hosting. So I'm planning on possibly picking up anywhere between 2 to 3 more ASICs in the near future and having them hosted there so I don't have to worry about noise, heat, and I can have a better electric cost. But that's a different video when I decide what I am going to do, or if I can get my electric down in my home to the point where I just want to keep them here. But let's go inside the computer. I'll show you guys the dashboards of what I see, what hash rates they're getting. I'll show you guys my pool. I'm on F2 pool of what it's reporting there and how they're doing. All right, so here's a dashboard on my first S19, and you can see it's averaging 82 terahash. On the pool, it's a little bit lower, but you can see it's been up for multiple days now. And if we go into settings, you see low power mode and the pools that I'm on. Now, I did choose the low power mode, like I said, just because I'm on commercial electric. And then if we go into the second one, you see I'm getting 81 terahash. So like I said, anywhere between like around the 81 to 82 terahash a second. This one's been up for 7 days. Now, the reason this one's been up for a week and the other one hasn't is because I was swapping the control board. This is the one I swapped the control board on, but the hash boards were all the same. But it's been working pretty good. This one had the control board in it that I thought was not working. Now, if we go into my F2 pool, you can see some income here. I'm getting 0.0005 and some change a day in Bitcoin, plus you can see that small bonus. But if we look at the workers here, you can see I have the 2 workers. It says 129.6 terahash as a 15-minute. But if we look at a 24-hour, I'm about 160 terahash a second, right where I feel like I should be, around that 160 to 161 terahash a second. As far as an average in low power mode. Now, if I were to put these full bore, I'd be like probably in a 200 terahash mode, but I'd also be, you know, a lot higher on my electric. Now, would I do that on home electric? If Bitcoin shot up, I probably would. Right now, I'm not. I just wanted to do Bitcoin miners because I wanted to have them and I wanted to use them to mine Bitcoin. I wanted to kind of stack some up. So like I said, I might look into some hosting options. I'm not sure, but right now I'm pretty happy with 160 in the terahash area as far as mining. Plus I'm in that low power mode. If I run the other one, I would just obviously be in like, what would that be, about 240 terahash area, but I'd also be up near like 6,500 to 7,000 watts per hour, and that would just be a lot for me to take on. So we'll see. I mean, I have the electric to run it, that's not the issue, but you know, right now I'm okay with just the 2 running. Like I said, I will look into more. I did go on eBay and I was looking for, you know, S19s, and from now the cheapest I found was this one, was 2,100, and this guy did not really have a lot of feedback. Antminers, he's kind of new to it, so I mean, it explains a little bit lower of a rate, but you know, I'll keep an eye on. Like I said, I did a best offer, and it's like somebody that had someone like this that has multiple, he has 5 available. That's what I did. I went in, I said I didn't make an offer, I actually messaged him. I contacted the seller, and then I said, you know, what would you take for all of them? That's how I got them down to 1,600 each. So did I buy at a good time? Probably. Would I get more? Yeah, if I can get them lower. I don't think I'd buy them for anything over 2K. I just think I'd look at something else at that price point. But mine seem to be doing good. Like I said, I'm not going to do a profitability on it because I know I'm losing out on it. Right now, if I'm mining on it, I'm probably losing anywhere upwards to $1 a day per unit, or maybe total. I don't know. I think it's more like close to $1 a day per unit. So technically, the financial side of me is like I should shut these down, just buy the coin. But for now, I'm going to leave them running, just to make sure there's no long-term issues that they keep going. But you know, that's my S19J Pros that I got. I just wanted to keep you guys like update on what's going on with my farm. But thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more.